tough week. The whole week was challenging. You guys know that, get that. Really proud of our team. You know, coaches and players of just staying the course and getting to the point to where we're playing ball, you know, and, you know, you can look at the stats or whatever it is, but, you know, bottom line is our team bought into just getting out there and playing ball, you know, and that's what they did. That was a heck of a ball game. Really want to compliment our fans. Thought they did a phenomenal job. You know, there's obviously a lot of talk about people giving up on this team and, you know, we're going to get blown out no matter what it was. But, you know, didn't sense that out there on that, you know, on Mountaineer Field. And the fans were as good as I've seen them, and kudos to them. You know, so just told the team, you know, enjoy the win. Get ready. This is going to happen again next week. You know, we get to enjoy this one here for about 12 hours, and then we got to get back to work, play another undefeated top 10 team, you know, so it's just life in the Big 12, and we're excited about it. So with that, I'll take some questions.
Was it in the game plan to go downfield, or was that just develop more based on what the state did?
It's what they were giving us. You know, it's just what they were giving us. You look at last week's game, and you can sit here and say, why didn't you target receivers? Well, there's a bunch of different reasons for that. You know, Clint did a great job of keeping the play alive. And we had a sense that he could do that. Just watching film from when he was at Florida State, you could see that's kind of what he was doing. He's, you know, he doesn't operate the offense. Everybody's going to ask the question, why hasn't he been playing? Blah blah blah. He's been getting better and better and better. And you know, the operations for me on the sideline was incredibly frustrating. I threw a few temper tantrums, which I'm quite embarrassed about. But it's just the communication just needs to get better. You know, the relationship with me and him needs to get better. But he did what we thought he could do, which was just be a ball player and get out there and keep the play alive, and he does do a good job of throwing the deep ball.
When you say the relations need to get better, is that just something that only repetition?
Yeah. You know, and you know, we you know, you can sit here and say, you know, you needed to rep him more or whatever, but, you know, we've been trying to win football games here too, you know. So just really proud of him. You know, he's tough. He's what we thought he was. He's tough. He's smart. He doesn't get rattled. You know, he just gets out there and plays ball, you know. But from an operations standpoint, that's gonna be tough on me. I mean, it was tough. You know, and Oklahoma State's got a great defense. They haven't given up very many points. I mean, there's a lot of those guys that have been there for 3 and 4 years that play well. You know, for us to get 30 points on them is a tribute to our guys.
One of those temper tantrums on the delay of game penalty, because he went to the locker room after that, or did he get?
Yeah, he got dinged up. It was really the one. It was on the delay. You know, we didn't snap the ball, but that's when he hurt his arm. You know, and I don't know what happened. I haven't talked to anybody. He went to the locker room. I don't know what happened, but I'm just like, and that's just his competitive spirit. I mean, dude, if you get hurt, you need to lay down, you know, and let somebody come tend to you so we don't get a delay. I mean, you know, one he was slow getting to the huddle, and then the communication's not very good, so it took longer than I want it to take to get the play called, and then we got a delay. And obviously that's not good. And then the last delay, you know, when we're trying to put the game out of reach, Dreamus, you know, he's got to get down. If he can't score, that was mistake number one. And then we subbed, which we should have subbed. And then he's staring at the play clock, and he just let it go down. I don't know what to say. I got to coach him better. So, you know, there was a couple of them that resulted in a temper tantrum. I got to do better at that.
Do you think all the changes all the changes that you made, do you think the shakeup may have helped spur along this?
Yeah, considering, I mean, we actually scored points and had a few first downs. You know, yeah, I think it probably did. And again, you know, we don't know how guys are going to develop and how guys are going to respond to situations until we put them in those situations. And we're playing with so many new guys, and there are some things that happened that hadn't happened in the past. So that's improvement. We got to continue to improve. You know, I was asked this a bunch last week. Is this a gauge? Is the Maryland game a gauge for where you're at? Well, it is game 4, but it's not game 5. So offensively, we're going to keep playing. We're going to keep getting better. And if that means changing people around, then we will.
Dana, do you have? Were a lot of your questions about your defense answered today?
Played well. Golly, they played well. They created turnovers. They stuck people. They made plays in key situations. They set up scores. They held a team to 21 points that probably hasn't been held to 21 points for quite some time. Yeah, they played well. They played really well. We played really well defensively. We played okay offensively. Special teams, we got issues we got to get sorted out.
Coach, after how tough this last week was, like you mentioned, what was it like that final minute for this coaching staff? I think we saw Coach Peterson's best vertical leap all year.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of, there's been a bunch of emotions here in the last week, as you guys can, probably, figure out. I mean, disappointment, embarrassment, you can go down the list, but they kept working. Obviously, our kids kept working. We had the best week of practice we've had all year. I thought our prep was good. We get ourselves to the game. We felt like we could win. We did. We felt like we could win, so we went out there and we wanted it pretty bad, and it wasn't pretty in some situations, but we did a great job. And then to come into a stadium that was rocking and just was really in the game the whole time is a tribute to our fans. It was a special moment at the end of the game for sure.
How important was the interception for a touchdown?
Yeah. It was huge, man, huge, and that's what we talked about all week. And I said this to y'all, I believe on Tuesday, that we look at all these goals and stuff up here defensively, and we think we're playing better defense, which we are. But if you want to go from good to great, then you got to make bigger plays, and we did. Cook's interception in the fourth quarter was huge. Icky's interception return for a touchdown was enormous. We got the fumble, which set up a field goal, which was huge. Well, that's the reason we won the game. I don't want to call them great yet, but they improved. I'm really proud of Coach Patterson and the defensive staff and what they've been able to do. They've been getting better each week.
Did you feel after last week when it seemed like no break went your way at any time, that almost everything went your way today? I mean,
Yeah, and I addressed that with them too. Everybody's like, you got no breaks, you got no breaks. Well, this is how breaks work. I mean, if you play with a tremendous amount of effort and you try really hard, and that's what we talked about on all three sides of the ball. Maryland played with more effort and they strained harder than we did. Okay, and they got breaks because of it. That's not a coincidence, okay? And so then I really felt like our guys played harder than they've played with more effort. They strained their bodies hard. We prepared hard, and then if you do all that, then the breaks will come.